Welcome to Thought for the Week. It's good to have you again. And of course, I couldn't neglect the theme for this week, the results of the EU referendum. It's been on our televisions, in our papers, on our minds for the last weeks and months. We've had David Cameron speaking for, Ian Duncan Smith speaking against it. Young people want to stay in Europe, older people not so, rather concerned about immigration. And now we know the result. We're leaving Europe. Well, whichever way you voted, what should be our reactions? I want to share three things with you that the Bible speaks about when we're dealing with those in authority. Paul, when he wrote to the church at Rome, toward the end of a long letter, reminds people that they need to respect those who are in authority, because the authority they have has not been given them by people, but has been given them by God. Now, you may feel that's a difficult thing to do. You may feel really cross with some of the people in authority now because of what they've done, but we're called to respect them. That's the first thing. The second thing we're called to do, and Paul deals with this when he writes a very personal letter to his friend Timothy, and he urges the church and Christians, and he's urging this, he urges the men particularly to pray for all those in authority. Now, you probably haven't thought about that, I don't know, but we are called to pray for all those who are in authority. And then there's a third thing that we've got to do, and I want to come back to a very familiar part of the Bible, the Sermon on the Mount, and the beginning of it called the blessings. Jesus there again and again said, blessed, blessed, blessed. And one of them towards the end is, blessed are the peacemakers, those who seek to make and keep peace. That's something that we need very much at a time like this. There could be all sorts of reactions, rebellion, resistance to the way we're going. And here in our thought for this week, after the referendum, we need to be those who will respect those in authority. We need to be those who will be praying for those in authority. And Paul actually at that point asks for prayer in order that we might be living in peace. And then of course we had the third reference from Jesus, blessed are the peacemakers. Now, I knew I had to deal with this subject this week, and there's another difficult one coming up fairly shortly, but let's just close with a prayer. May the Lord help all of us, whichever way we voted, in or out, to follow the Lord's will. I look forward to you being with us next week. Thanks for today.